Well, here we are. Well, we've got ourselves a 270 awning. It is a Drifta Stockton, and to be honest, I didn't plan on making an install video or anything as of yet. We've cracked the box open, and from what I've seen, a couple of little things here which has pushed me to say this is probably going to be one of the easiest installs of an awning that I've done, which has made me want to, I guess, start looking at installing it. Got myself a beer just to have a look at what was in there, and we've got 3 brackets over there, little bag of tent pegs, the awning itself, a manual, which it's one of the easiest manuals I've seen. Could be wrong, but that's pretty much it. A couple of little pads. And nuts and bolts. So this is it. This is what you get in the awning. Bag of tent pegs, brackets, bracket pads, nuts and bolts, and instructions. And then the awning is in there. But reading the instructions, all I wanted to do tonight was have a beer and try and get these to fit somewhere up on the Rhino rack backbone, which it looks like it's going to be fairly simple. So we've got ourselves a Drifta Stockton freestanding 270-degree awning, left hand side, which will be going on that right there. Prado 150 backbone Pioneer rack. Eventually it will be going under that. It won't be fixing to this, but somehow under it. But for the time being, with the rooftop tent off, just want to get this mounted up so we can actually still go down the beach, still do some stuff, use it for work sort of purposes, but that's going to be it. Comes with a load of different hardware, 2 different size bolts. You've got M8, long and short, and I believe on the instructions here is the long M8 bolts are used to mount the brackets to your roof bars or roof rack, and the short being to mount that onto the awning, I guess. But they are twist ones. I don't know what you call them, channel lock, twist lock things. So it should be easy enough. The big question is, do these fit? These channel ones here, do these fit in the Pioneer platform? Hopefully they do. That's going to make it just so much easier. So the exact amount of nuts and bolts as well, I haven't checked the nuts, I'm just going to guess that they're all there, but 5 each of these for the mounting the brackets to the rack, and 3 each mounting the awning to these brackets. 1 pad each for the rack and for the awning. So that's pretty damn good, no shortage there. And it does say that you have to use all 3, which, yep, fair enough, cool. It is a heavy 270. Oh, it's not heavy for a 270, but it's heavy for an awning. 16.8, I did believe I was saying 16.8 kilos for the awning only. Probably with them, I don't know, probably say 18 all up. But anyway, let's try and get some of these, I guess, positioned and mounted on the Pioneer platform. And so far it's taken us not even 15 minutes. Hazard a guess, you could probably, if you knew what you're doing, you could probably do this in an hour, fit the awning completely. Don't know how we'll go, but we'll give it a fair crack. So looking at the Pioneer platform, this might be a lot harder than I thought. Being only the 1 channel there, we can only get 2 bolts in, which is a bit, I don't know if it'll hold the weight, just the 2 bolts. Saying that though, there will be 2 bolts in each bracket, so 6 bolts holding it on. I don't feel like it's enough. Let us know if you think it's enough or not. We'll keep going with it, just to get it up there, just to get a little picture of it, video, see how simple it is. But it will be coming off again once we put the rooftop tent back on there, so we'll just try and get it on there and see how it goes. And I don't believe the bracket will fit underneath between the backbone and the Pioneer platform, like a sandwich sort of style. Maybe if I loosen all these off, but then I just don't see it happening. It's going to have to go on top, and maybe longer brackets purchased to reach the second, I guess, rail here. Righto, we're on to the second beer. and a bit of confusion, but not really sure which way these get mounted. I'm going to mount them like that. Yeah, not too sure if they go that way or that way, but I do really like this idea of these pads. Stops your, I guess, your rhino rack or whatever roof rack you got getting all scratched up. Even though ours is all scratched up, it's a bloody decent idea, and for them to chuck it in, good on them. But we'll get these other ones, stick it up, and then get them all mounted up. We'll try and spread them out evenly on there, and then it should be easy enough to just, I guess, lift that up there and hope for the best. So you do get 9 of these nuts here with the awning, and I believe they go for these ones, these awning to the brackets bolts, as we've only got 9 of these bolts. All the rest are lock nuts, so that's fair. Lock nuts are good, going straight onto the bracket to the rhino rack, so we'll get them up there with a washer in them. So all 3 of those are on loose, and we are midway through the 3rd beer. So we're looking pretty good, but now comes the tricky part where I guess we're going to try and have to offer up the awning and try and get it mounted up there by myself. Could call Soch out, but she just hasn't got the height. I don't know, we'll play it by ear. Might be on to our 4th beer pretty quick, I think. Righto, so putting these little, I guess, channel nuts, channel bolts in, I don't think it's going to work because they go in, they sit there. But when we start moving this around, I think they're just going to fall over somehow, spin and fall, and be a bit more of a pain than they are if I just chuck them in my pocket. But then saying that, we'll play it by ear. So one thing I have noticed is if you actually put these little bolts on the bracket first, it's so much easier to then just twist them into the channel and tighten them down. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it would have been about 10 minutes where I was trying to fiddle around and get in under here when it just clicked in my head. If you put all 3 on there, you can then just lift this awning up, twist this and drop straight into the channel, and then tighten after that. So I don't know, that's just made everything 10 times easier, and still not on the 4th beer, but we're getting pretty close. And it also makes me think, have I put these upside down? Not too sure, but it shouldn't really matter that much. Let's get the last couple of bolts on, see how we go. See if I can do this one-handed. So that is essentially it. It's all loose. I've got to tighten everything up, but it's not going to happen being on this angle. So I guess we'll have to drive it down on the flat and try and get it level. I'm not too sure how far it's got to be behind the car to get the awning to go around, but I guess we'll work that out once we're on flat ground. As soon as I try and tighten it up, it does slide a bit down the hill. So that's essentially all done now. We'll now it's on flat ground, we'll push it back, and it's got to be 130mm from the rack to the pivot point, which that feels like it there. And then that should be it. We'll tighten it all down. That is end of the 3rd beer, about to get the 4th. Righto, cracked our 4th beer, and measuring the 130 off here, I'm actually thinking I might just open it up and try and get it tight against here. I haven't opened it up yet, but if we open it up and then fix it down, we should be able to get it as tight as possible up against that rack to cover the sort of cooking area here. So we'll do that, open it up and see what's in there. So this is my first sort of view of it. Don't really know what to expect. Watched a couple of videos, but I still got no idea. So I guess we'll play it by ear.
Excellent. You got to tie that rope down, no rope down, what do you call them? Tie downs.
No, it doesn't need the tie downs, apparently. Freestanding.
What are these things for?
It's when it rains. You can tie it down so the rain drops off or something, I believe. But looking at this, we've got about, oh, probably 3 inches there. We can move that forwards, hopefully. So we'll try and do that and see if we can get it a bit tighter up against the rack. So looking at that gap, I did want to move it forwards a little bit, but eventually this will get the rooftop tent back on there, and I think that gap might be perfect. So they might be spot on with that 130mm. Yeah, it's about 3 inches there and about an inch here. Righto, that'll do us, I guess. Tighten everything up, stop that banging on there, and that should be us. That is it. That is less than 5 beers, less than a 6-pack to install a Drifta Stockton 270 freestanding awning. That's, as soon as I opened the box, I mean, I thought that's going to be easy. Everything was just there, ready to go. The instructions are a little bit, how you going? But as soon as you looked at it, you're going, yeah, I can do that easy. So we'll open it back up again once it's all tightened down and see if it's still banging on this. Well, there you go. She's all done, and that is still banging on there. I don't know what I can do about that. If there's some sort of adjustment I can get there, I'm not too sure. Maybe even put a little rubber pad there. It's going to be the same spot every time. But happy days. And another thing, these don't come attached, so you got to attach them, which isn't too bad. And it takes 2 minutes to go around, and it does have this little dicky thing, which I have already forgotten to put down first time I opened it, but I don't know if you can feel the wind, or hear the wind, sorry. In the Midwest, there's a bit of a southerly as usual, but it's holding up perfectly. We'll get it out down the beach tomorrow and get a little bit of filming down the beach, and it should be good. I'm bloody impressed with that. Less than 5 beers, that's bloody awesome. I guess. Well, that's it all installed. We've got the car on just to pump the airbags up because I keep banging my head on the top here. There you go, fully pumped up, and I'll get under there. Top notch. But let us know your thoughts. I mean, as soon as I opened the box, I thought this is going to be easy. This is going to be way too easy, but let us know your thoughts on the mounting system as well. If you think that's going to be enough, 6 bolts holding it down. Feeling it, feels pretty solid, but it also is temporary as well. We're going to be putting the rooftop tent back on there, and I'm not too sure if this is going to be moved to under the rooftop tent or where it's going to go. We're going to play that by ear. I just wanted to get it on there because it was something to do and something to have play around with down the beach as well. Bit of shade. And I guess lights as well. We're gonna have to look at lights. We're only set up for that. I'll have a look what Drifta's got, because I'm bloody impressed with this. This is really nice. Keep forgetting that, I've got to remember that. But yep, lights, we definitely need lights. At least one along here, and maybe a bigger one than that one. And then when the rooftop tent does go back on, which I realise now, keep the door over this side but we'll get a light up the top there as well, shining down on the steps. Instead of using the, I guess, the rooftop tent as an awning, this is brilliant. You can use this. Fifth beer cracked.
That's right, isn't it?
It's good.
Was it easy?
Yeah. It's my 5th beer doing it. Less than a 6-pack. And it's holding up to a Midwest Southerly.
Happy with it?
Yeah, it's good. Does the boss approve? That's the main thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's real good. Well, I guess we'll pack this up. We'll, well, less than a 6-pack. On the 5th beer now, we'll enjoy the 6th beer. Oh, that's tight. We'll enjoy the 6th beer down the beach, filming tomorrow. Try and get some good shots of this, but this has just gone together way too easy. Sort of the reason I started it, because it looked easy, and I thought, well, I'll start having a couple of beers as well, because this is going to take all night. But this has just turned out bloody top notch. We'll cut to the beach tomorrow. So we've got a fair bit of wind here, but we're going to try out this awning, and hopefully it doesn't blow away, I guess. If it blows away, what are we going to do?
You can run off.
So I guess we'll get into it, unzip it and
Yeah.
see what it's like. Not that we're going to achieve much either. Sun's going down.
Yeah, it's good. How easy was that?
Pretty easy. The wind's catching it though.
It is.
So it's probably, it's the way we parked it, so it's not going to stay up for long.
We're just testing it
Yeah.
to the limit.
That's alright though. It's a fair bit of wind. Midwest Southerly. Midwest WA Southerly. And the sun's going down, so
Yeah, it's not the shade.
we're not getting any protection. Well, that's it. Happy days. What'd that take, 30 seconds?
Not even that, I don't think.
Alright, let's put it away.
I don't think it did because I can't count that much.
Well, that is it. That's the Drifta Stockton 270-degree freestanding awning, and that takes nothing to set up, and it can actually handle some decent wind. We're here in the Midwest, Geraldton to be precise, and well, you got the southerly blows here 24/7 all year round, and that's just handled it perfectly. But overall, I'm bloody over the moon with that. That's a top little 270 awning. Goes on so easy. Sets up so easy, just a brilliant bit of kit. So I do want to say as well, I have nothing to do with Drifta Stockton as a company. We have got a viewer, Hacker, who works for Drifta Gosford, I believe, who reached out to us when he saw that we needed an awning and gave us a pretty decent discount. So I want to say a huge thank you to Hacker. You're a dead set legend, mate. And we can't wait to actually get into some stuff and use this, but so far this has just blown me away. How easy it goes on, how easy it comes out, compared to say our old awning that we had, even the wind out awning we had on the caravan. This is just so much easier. Unzip, unstrap, 4 straps, and just pull it out. Job done. But I can't thank you enough, Hacker mate, you're a dead set legend. But that is our little install video, and I guess setting it up a couple of times. So stay tuned for the next couple of videos, as we're going to be starting to dive into rebuilding this and giving it a clean. It's bloody filthy. But we're going to start off by lifting the front suspension up a fair bit more, because it has sagged over the last, I don't know, year of travelling. It's sagged a lot. And just coming down the beach today, we have realised that it scrapes a lot along the front under the bash plate and collects a lot of sand. We're also going to be starting on ripping the back seats out of this and essentially building another false floor, putting a water tank in there, and maybe the drawers. The drawers will probably be coming out, but a lot of work happening in the back here, battery wise, fridge wise, cooking, I guess, wise. All our cooking gear and everything's going to be going in there, but a lot of work to be done in the back of the car, which will be coming up over the next couple of videos, hopefully. And we are still looking for a tinny, because when you got water like this, we need something to get out there. What you doing?
Yeah, my stairs.
And then